Why
So,
is the star important to you?
so the Dastar started as a practice for my yoga classes. It didn't start as an actual uh, symbolism or thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I started wearing for my classes. Then I started researching on why Sikhs wear the star. Why is this important? And I came up with many answers, like from the yoga classes. They tell like, well, it's to adjust the bones, it's to do this, to do that. Okay. Then I learned about history. Sikhs have been wearing turbans because back then, in the times of the gurus, only kings and queens, or kings, only could wear turban. But
Mm-hmm.
guru elevated us to that state. So it was like a social statement, a revolutionary statement, like we're all equal. There should not be difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I also read about how wearing the star is a representation of your guru. If you wear the star, you are declaring yourself. You are part of the Sikh community, part of the Khalsa, part of the family of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji.
Right.
Therefore, this is basically not my the star, is Guru Sahib's the star.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes you accountable and makes you more aware with how are you doing things in life, because you are there putting a face into a whole community.
Right. The represent.
Like it or not, this is what happened when you wear a turban.
Mm.
So you are representing people.
Is
Same
that
as
how you feel?
when hijabis wear hijab, when the uh, Jews wear the kippah. You
So,
recognize them. You recognize that they belong to this or
when
that
you,
religion because of
sorry, I'm
that.
talking over you.
Sorry.
When you go out there, is that what you feel that you're representing the whole of the Khalsa Panth?
It's
Because
it's
that's
a
a big responsibility.
it's a big responsibility, but actually we were given this the start to represent, to be recognizable and to be physically like spot on right away. So we're not meant to hide. We're meant to show. We're meant to be there for others.
Okay.
So
Then
that's again
how,
that's what I that's what
how
I
does it
learned.
feel
Hmm.
when you see other people misrepresent that same imagery?
Hmm.
So maybe people with turbans who don't have the same connection that you do. How does that make you feel?
This is very tricky because like there is a lot of internal processes inside. Like I'm a human and I'm a learner. I am very imperfect in so many ways. And one of my imperfections is that I get upset. I don't like it.
Right.
And I find myself judging and I try to correct myself. I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, not everybody thinks like I think. Not everybody see things the way I see it.
So what
Um,
sort of things cause you to feel upset?
for example, I can say, and again, this is something that maybe I have not been exposed because I don't come from Punjabi culture. So
Mm-hmm.
I see things more like everything is new. So whatever I read is like what it is. I don't have any excuse for nothing. So if I see a person wearing turban but having trimmed beard, I'm like, why are you doing that? Or if I see a person wearing a dastar but drinking alcohol, when clearly Guru says this is not allowed, why are you doing that? So um, then I came to the conclusion that yeah, everybody has their own pace, everybody are doing their thing, but why? Why are you wearing a turban and representing something and like saying you are this, but not practicing it? Or doing at least the effort to do it, because I understand when we make mistakes and like sometimes you do see things that you are not aware, and that happened to me a lot because I don't come from the culture. But when you knew it, when you are aware of like this is the rule or this is the why, and you still go ahead and do the opposite.
Right.
So I think that's when I get upset.
You're
Um,
not the only one. I mean, I'm in there with you because
yeah.
there's things that just don't make sense. For me, one of the things that I don't understand, I'm not sitting here with all the answers, by the way, for everybody who's joining us. working it out together. And one of the things that really gets me is how there's a different standard within the Sikh or the Punjabi community. And I have to say them separately because they are separate. But when we see people, we kind of intertwine them and we don't distinguish that, okay, this is Sikhi and this is Punjabi culture, right? Is that men and women who wear turbans are held to a different standard of accountability. So all of a sudden, if a woman is to start wearing the star, she gets called things like a nun. I got called that by my own family, my relatives. She thinks she's like Mother Mary right now. I was like, what? So it's funny that you would say that too, that even though we came from two different families, we had a similar response to deal with from people around us. Like when we first took a step towards our spirituality. And then from the wider community, there's this massive expectation that now, from this moment forward, you can never make a mistake again. You can never wear this. You can never be seen in these places or talk to people like this. Then on the other hand, you've got Punjabi men, as you said, and I'm not hating, I'm just pointing out like how this is such an imbalance, that they wear turbans, but they'll trim their beard. So that's acceptable. But for a female who's practicing, who wants to know what it feels like to wear the star, who may not wear it all the time, it's not acceptable for her to try it. And it's not acceptable for her to keep that as part of her ret and become sajdari, so that she can get to the point of actually taking Amrit. Because during that process, we expect no mistakes, we expect only perfection, right?
Yeah.
So
and I think we're forgetting the main part, like learners.
Absolutely.
And yeah, definitely I agree with you that when a woman wears a star, like the policing is like incredible. Way more than any man coming from Punjabi culture or not get. So I find that also problematic and very stressful for women. From women who wants to practice this in their way that they are approaching Sikhi. Like, and again, I didn't have this reaction because I start time at the start in Venezuela. Who's going to tell me what to do or not to do? There is nobody there to tell me I should do this or not. Still, like I got reactions from my family. I remember the first day I tied my star in front of people. This lady came and say, "How are you gonna find a husband now? You're so pretty, and now you're covering yourself up." And I'm like,
I have the same questions. It's like, who can marry you now?
Yeah,
on your head.
So like if a person is gonna marry me by my hair and not by who I am,
right?
Why this is a thing?
What's the funniest question that you've ever been asked about your Dastar?
In my country, there is another religion called Santeria, which comes from African tradition, and they usually wear white turbans, and I used to wear white turbans a lot, and they thought I am Santera. And I told them, well, I'm not Santera, I am a Sikh, or a person who wants to be a Sikh. So I have gotten funny questions about that, like, to which order you belong to and this and that. I have gotten questions like, do you have cancer? And I'm like, God bless me, no, I don't have cancer. And
that's so funny. This one.
People in my country, they literally, they don't know. And they will come and ask me, not in a way of being mean or being racist or nothing. It's just like literally just curiosity. Yeah. And mostly have got compliments like, oh, that looks so pretty on you. I think if I do that, I will never look this pretty. And I'm like, no, it's okay. You will actually look pretty to that. So mostly I've gotten compliments or questions about my health or which religions I practice. People have told me even I look like person from Ethiopia because apparently they wear similar turbans than us. So it has been a whole experience. I even did one day in my place of work when I was in Venezuela on a turban day because like they were dying to tie one. And I'm like, you know what, let's make a turban day. I will explain you what the turban is.
That's lovely.
So yeah, they try it. And yeah, so you were asking me if I feel responsible for the entire Khalsa pants.
Please say no, because you should.
And
Like,
I don't,
we
and I
have
don't
representation.
listen, and I don't feel responsible for everybody because I'm not mother of everybody, but I do feel responsible for what Guru has given to me.
Right.
As an Amritdhari woman, by Guru's grace, I
Mm-hmm.
understand that this is something that I should really appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And for my own sake, my own spiritual sake, I don't want to go away from it.
Right.
Therefore, I do my best to understand what having the Sikh Sarup is.
Right.
Again, I'm not doing this for the entire people. I'm not doing this for the Khalsa Panth.
Good.
I'm doing this because Guru has given me this blessing, and I want to move forward with it.
Right.
In that process, as a secondary thing that is happening, I don't know how to say it, as like a thing that is here, it's like people see me as like I represent Sikhs. I do not represent Sikhs, but I do represent my Guru.
Right. I think that's a beautiful answer, like a really beautiful answer, that it's impossible for us to carry the weight of the whole month because you can never meet everybody's expectations. And I think Sikhi's evolved over the years. Every single individual has a different expectation, and it's impossible to meet people's expectations, but it's important to meet our own and to honor that relationship and that commitment with our Guru. So I think that's beautiful. I mean,